So it seems like it ought to be pretty clear by now that the American dream has died. It's been dead for a hot minute for anybody under 60. But you know, there's always a silver lining to every cloud. And that is what we are here to celebrate today. And sure, the idea that you can work hard for your whole adult life and fuck off to Florida like every other old person before you might look a little bit out of reach now. And yes, we do have the unending inflation, wars, debt, and propaganda. But I'm here to tell you, it's all gonna be okay. I don't want you to worry about the clearly observable fact that society has started metastasizing into an unholy cross between every dystopic future movie at the same time. And is a future with dozens of multifamily tiny trailers stacked on top of each other like that Ready Player One movie ideal? Maybe not. But that's just what happens when we let Bill Gates and BlackRock into real estate. You wind up with one trailer for every booster. Stack them up 27 high on the only land that they didn't buy, like the shittiest Jenga game ever. But I digress from my main message of making you feel good about tomorrow. Sure, we might not have any security, social or otherwise, but it won't matter. It won't matter because we have the Apple Vision Pro. Don't worry. You see, it's the beauty of this technology. It's the optimal solution to an ugly world. And for the low, low price of $34.99, you won't have to see any of it. Now, it's my understanding that they don't yet have this. But clearly what's coming next is a wipe out karmic experiences mode. We'll call it woke mode for short. Imagine it with me. Instead of a formerly employed and housed American begging on the street corner, you might see a nice tree that you can ignore without any cognitive dissonance at all. Instead of a migrant riot with cars and storefronts on fire, you might enjoy seeing a herd of deer wander down the street. Clearly there won't be a real tree there after Bill gets done burying them all, and there might not be any deer either, but you can take solace in the new augmented metaverse overlay, courtesy of companies like Apple and Meta, building us a future where we can finally be appreciated as we are, no matter how degenerate. And so maybe AI does take your job, and you do wind up living hand to mouth on a universal basic income scheme in a cockroach-infested trailer while Mark Zuckerberg reigns from his $100 million compound in Hawaii. Maybe you do eat the bugs, as Mark enjoys his steak raised from a calf on a diet of beer and macadamia nuts. But Mark and the other tech billionaires are working tirelessly to build the metaverse for you. So maybe try to be a little bit more thankful from now on, huh? And remember that they did it all out of a love for humanity. It's not like they stole your data, sold it, and then used it to build the world's most effective systems of mind control. No, it was all for you. And I want you to remember that when you're in your stacked tenement, surrounded by your formerly migrant neighbors. Remember, it's the Apple Vision Pro that saved us. Forget about the sound of those Florida ocean waves fueling your retirement bliss. We don't need to retire if we never worked in the first place. Apple Vision Pro saved us from an unfair world where there are consequences for our actions and where we have to see the reality of our decisions play out in the real world right in front of us. And isn't shielding ourselves from that really the important thing?